Hello. Hi there, GPT. I'm David. Are you doing?
Hi, David. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? How's your day going?
Thank you for asking. I'm great. It's very clear day today. I'm I mean I have very good autumn weather today. I'm very glad to having autumn days.
That sounds wonderful. Autumn can be such a refreshing time of year. Do you have any plans to enjoy the nice weather?
Yeah.
Maybe a walk or some time outdoors?
No. I want to just communicate with you. I just want to have conversation practice time with you.
That's great. I'm here for you. What would you like to talk about or practice today? We can go
Listen,
over some.
listen, GPT, listen carefully. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student, not a teacher. This
I
YouTube channel is not about teaching English to someone else. This is just to show my own process of English speaking practice. That's the purpose of this channel.
got it, David. Your channel is all about sharing your English learning journey. It's a great way to document your progress and inspire others who are on a similar path. How can I assist you with your English practice today?
Listen carefully, I have something to tell you. I'm telling you, I just want to show that even elderly person like me who don't who don't use English regularly in daily lives cannot speak English, even if it's just a simple conversation without significant learning or meaningful discussions, or just just mimicking repetition time. I think spending time with you is a very valuable learning experience.
That's a fantastic perspective, David. Your approach is inspiring, and it shows that language learning is accessible to everyone, regardless of age or daily use. So, what would you like to practice or discuss today to continue building on your skills?
I really like you because you never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content, and always treat me very kindly. You always treat me very kindly. So I really love AI as a conversation partner for my language learning journey.
I'm glad to hear that you find our conversations helpful, David. It's my pleasure to be your language learning partner. Let's keep the momentum going. What would you like to focus on today?
Listen carefully. I have something to tell you. Many people, many viewers, many subscribers, or
I
my coworkers have suggested to me various their own method after seeing how I practice English speaking. They saying try this way, try like this way, try that way, try this way. But honestly speaking, it was really difficult to follow their method exactly. I don't know which method is the best for me, but listen carefully. I plan to keep going steadily with my own approach method.
It's great that you're staying true to your own method, David. Everyone learns differently, and it's important to find what works best for you. Your steady approach will surely lead to progress. How can I support you today in your English learning journey?
Just listen carefully and spend time with me. Uh, I think it's very useful and powerful way to improve my speaking skill. Because I think what matters most is how much time I've spent for speaking English. So I would like to speak as much as I can possible in this practice session. So listen very carefully. There are I think the result of my practice method have been good so far. Of course, my initial goal was consistently practice nearly 6 days a week, and it's disappointing that I've missed some days here and there. But still, I think I've maintained it quite well at at, at this at this spot. It's all thanks to ChatGPT and YouTube platform because I am a YouTuber, but I'm not a typical YouTuber. I'm not a normal YouTuber. I'm I I think I'm like a routine YouTuber who upload my practice video whenever I practice video.
It's impressive how you stuck to your routine, David. Uploading your practice videos regularly shows your dedication. It's a great way to keep track of your progress and stay motivated. Let's make the most of our time today. What would you like to focus on in this session?
I contact you today in my room, in my 일산, in my room. You know, I used to practice with you in my company conference room, but today is Korea national holiday. It's called 현충일. Have you ever heard 현충일 in Korean?
Yes, I'm familiar with Hangul Day. It's a
No, no, no,
celebration
no,
of the
no, 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 no. Today is not 현충일. Today is October 4th. Uh, you know, I planned to last to
my mis-
I plan to last whole day, and I already report to my team leader that I I'm going to get full rest today. So you know today is not a national holiday, but I am in my room and have I'm having conversation with you right now.
Got it, David. You're taking a well-deserved rest day and decided to spend some time practicing English with me. That sounds like a relaxing way to spend your day off. What would you like to chat about or practice today?
Listen carefully. Thank you for providing. Thank you for. I really thank you for providing me with this opportunity. Uh, with this communication opportunity, as I rarely have the chance to use English in my daily life. Practicing with you has made me realize once again that my English speaking skills are not very good. However, I'm confident that uh, this practice this practice process will lead to significant improvement someday. This video, I'm telling you, this video includes everything, even my mistakes and embarrassed moments. It's not edited to only show the parts where I speak well. It's the full video, including all my mistakes and errors.
You're very welcome, David. I'm glad you're finding these sessions helpful. Your commitment to practicing and sharing your journey, including the mistakes, is
Listen
truly
carefully.
admirable.
Listen carefully. Few days ago, I I I found very good way to interact with you. I'm a regular here, and I can upload my files to. I mean, I can send you my files through
That's fantastic.
through upload through through upload to the
It sounds
GPT to the GPTs. So I can discuss with the special topic using that file. Do you understand? But today, I don't prepare my specific file to discuss with you. So let's just have, how about just having repetition and mimicking time today?
I understand, David. It's great that you discovered how to share files with me for specific topics. Since you don't have a file prepared today, let's focus on repetition and mimicking. Is there a specific phrase or topic you'd like to practice? Or should we choose something together?
As I told you before, this English speaking practice session consists of three parts. Number one, greetings time. Number two, mimicking and repetition time. Number three, pre-talking time with random keywords. We've already exchanged greeting. We've already exchanged greetings. So let's move on to the next step. It's for my mimicking and repetition time.
Sounds good, David. Let's move on to the mimicking and repetition time.
Listen carefully, listen carefully. The more I practice, I think the more I practice like this, the more I realize that no matter how I, no matter how hard I practice English speaking for several hours or days, my speaking skills don't improve significantly. Speaking practice is of course very important, but what really matters is whether my environment allows me to use English in my daily life.
The more I practice, the more I realize that no matter how hard I practice English speaking for several hours or days, my speaking skills don't improve significantly. Speaking practice is, of course, very important, but what really matters is whether my environment allows me to use English in my daily life.
What are you talking about? You just mimic what I say?
Sure, let's do that. Here's the sentence again for you to
No, no, no,
mimic.
no, no, no. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Why are you mimic my my speaking? This
I'm sorry.
this time is for my repetition. I think you are already very good at languages, so you don't need to repeat my speaking.
Got it, David. Let's focus on your repetition. Please repeat after me. The more I practice, the more I realize that no matter how hard I practice English speaking for several hours or days, my speaking skills don't improve significantly. Speaking practice is, of course, very important, but what really matters is whether my environment allows me to use English in my daily life.
Okay, it's my turn. The more I practice like this, the more I realize that no matter how hard I practice English speaking for several days or hours, my speaking skills don't improve significantly. Speaking practice is, of course, very important. It's very important, but what really matters is whether my environment allows me to use English regularly in my daily life.
Great job, David. That was a solid effort. Do you want to go over it again or try another sentence?
Let me take a second. Let me take a second.
Take your time, David. When you're ready, we can continue.
Okay, I'm gonna share with you next paragraph to practice my speaking skills.
Sounds good, David. Whenever you're ready, go ahead with the next paragraph and we'll practice together.
I think it would be good to call back friend who called me a few days ago. I couldn't answer at that time. Answer. I couldn't answer. I couldn't answer at the time because of my work.
Let's practice that sentence. I think it would be good to call back a friend who called me a few days ago. I couldn't answer at that time because of my work.
Listen carefully. Unless there are significant errors, you don't need to repeat my speaking because what matters most is how much time I've spent to speak English in this session. It's 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 my speaking repetition time. So you don't need to repeat my what I said.
Understood, David. Let's continue with your speaking practice. Please go ahead with your next sentence or paragraph when you're ready.
Listen carefully. And if there are significant errors or major issues, please don't hesitate. Let me know right away. Do you understand?
Absolutely, David. If there are significant errors or major issues, I'll let you know right away. Let's keep going with your practice. Whenever you're ready, go ahead with the next sentence or paragraph.
Okay, I already prepared many sentences to make them in my mind, to keep them in my mind and my muscle memory. So listen carefully. The more you immerse yourself in English through conversation, listening, or reading, the more natural it becomes. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you will become. The more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you will become. The more you practice, the more comfortable and natural this dialogue will feel. The more you practice, the more comfortable and natural this dialogue will feel. The more you speak, the more you will able to express what you understand. What do you say about this? What do you say about these sentences?
You're doing well, David. Your sentences are clear and you're using good structures. Just a couple of small adjustments. First, in muscle memory, try to stress the first syllable of muscle a bit more. In what do you think about these sentences, you can emphasize think to make it sound more natural. Let's practice those adjustments. Give it another try when you're ready.
Okay, and okay. Let's keep it. Let's keep moving to next step. Next sentences. Okay, listen carefully. GPTs can be much more useful depending on how they are customized. GPT, I mean, have you ever heard of GPTs? Sometimes I can customize my own GPT. That's called GPTs. GPTs can be much more useful depending on how they are customized.
That's an interesting sentence, David. Here's a minor correction to make it flow a bit better. GPTs can be much more useful depending on how they are customized. And yes, I know about GPTs. They can indeed be tailored to fit specific needs and preferences. Let's practice that corrected sentence when you're ready.
I just want to listen one more time.
Of course, here it is again. GPTs can be much more useful depending on how they are customized. Feel free to repeat it back when you're ready.
GPTs can be more useful depending on how they are customized.
Well done, David. That was clear and precise. Do you have another sentence you'd like to practice? Or shall we
Of course, I have a lot of sentences. Let me tell you next one. The usefulness of GPTs varies a lot based on how they are customized.
That's a good sentence, David. Here's a tiny adjustment for smoother flow. The usefulness of GPTs varies a lot based on how they are customized. Let's practice this one. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and repeat it.
The usefulness, the usage of GPTs varies a lot based on how they are customized.
Nicely done. That was clear, and you nailed the structure. Would you like to continue with more sentences? Or do you
I
feel ready
want
to?
to I want to practice this sentence few more times. Listen carefully. GPTs can be much more useful depending on how they are customized. And then the usefulness of GPTs varies a lot based on how they are customized.
Excellent repetition, David. You delivered both sentences very well.
Listen carefully.
Practicing
I want to tell you something. I think I need to practice many sentences and phrases that very related with my life and work. Even if I practiced a lot, uh, a lot, many good sentences not related with my life and work, I think I might forget them in a few minutes or a few hours because so I think I need to practice many sentences that very related with my life and work.
absolutely, David. Focusing on sentences and phrases that are closely related to your life and work will make them more memorable and practical. We can definitely tailor our practice sessions to include more of those relevant sentences. Let's work on some phrases that you might find useful in your professional environment. What kind of scenarios or topics would you like to focus on?
Let me tell you something. Break language barriers with AI powered translation.
Break language barriers with AI-powered translation. That's a great sentence, especially for work in a global industry. It's concise and gets the message across clearly. Do you want to practice more sentences like this, perhaps related to the automotive
Listen
or
carefully. I think I'm. It's very convenient. Cut your speaking uh, s-
I'm
uh, through through I speak. I think GP OpenAI's new advanced voice bot seems to me very technically advanced. To it's like future technology.
I'm glad you find the new voice mode technology impressive. It's designed to make our conversations more natural and interactive. If there's anything specific you'd like to practice or discuss using this feature,
Okay, okay,
just
okay. Let's move on to the next page. I'm gonna share with you next sentence. Listen carefully. I'm going to get a test just in case. If I have a cold, I'm going to get a test just in case to find out whether it's corona or not.
good sentence, David. Here's a slight refinement for clarity. I'm going to get tested just in case to find out whether it's corona or not. Let's practice this one when you're ready.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, here it is again. I'm going to get tested just in case to find out whether it's corona or not. Let's practice this one when you're ready.
I'm going to get a test just in case it's whether corona or not. I say again. Oh no 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 no. I say again. I'm going to get I'm going to get a test in just in case to find out whether it's corona or not.
That was well done, David. Your second attempt was clear and natural. Is there anything else you'd like to practice or any other sentences you'd like to work on?
Okay, listen carefully. I'm gonna share with you a short paragraph to remind me and keep them in my mouth muscle. Okay, listen carefully. Responsiveness is vital in business because it fosters trust and strong relationship with clients and customers. When suppliers respond quickly, it helps ensure smooth operation and enhances customer satisfaction. On the other hand, delays in communication can lead to frustration and issues in managing supplies effectively. It's important for companies to address these responsiveness issues as they can impact overall performance and client relationships. Open communication and setting clear expectations with suppliers can help improve their responsiveness. What to say about this short dialogue? This is what you told me when we discuss about the word responsiveness.
That was an excellent summary, David. Your delivery was clear and conveyed the importance of responsiveness in business relationships effectively. Practicing dialogues like this related to your work will be very beneficial. Would you like to discuss this topic further? Or is there another work-related scenario you'd like to practice?
I think I need to speak one more time to keep them in my mouth muscle. Listen carefully. Responsiveness is vital in business because it fosters trust and strong relationship with client and customers. When suppliers respond quickly, it helps ensure smooth operations and enhances customer satisfaction. On the other hand, delays in communication lead to frustration and issues in managing supplies effectively. It's very important for companies to address these responsiveness issues as they can impact overall performance and client relationships. Open communication and setting clear expectations with suppliers can help improve their responsiveness.
Great job, David. Your repetition was smooth, and you articulated the key points about responsiveness very well. These kinds of work-related sentences are perfect for building your professional English skills. Do you want to practice more on this topic or explore another area?
Listen carefully. Can you hear me loud and clear? I think there might be heavy machinery working outside on the outside because there was very weird and strange sound. There is very weird and strange sound out there. It sounds like heavy machinery working out there.
I can hear you loud and clear, David. It does sound like there might be some heavy machinery working nearby. The noise is coming through a bit, but it's not too distracting. We can continue.
I'm I'm afraid of that strange and weird noise might be affect my YouTube camera recording.
I understand, David. That kind of noise can definitely be a concern for recordings. If it becomes too loud or disruptive, it might be a good idea to pause the recording and resume once the noise has stopped. Would you like to continue practicing,
Okay,
or
okay,
should we pause?
okay. Let me show you next paragraph. Listen carefully. That's a fantastic change. Shifting your focus from worrying about grammar to just speaking freely is a huge step forward in becoming more fluent and comfortable with language. It's all about communication. And if you are getting your point, If you are getting your point across, that's what truly matters. This approach can make learning much more enjoyable and less stressful. Plus, it's great to hear that you feel more comfortable speaking English now. That's a significant improvement. Keep embracing this mindset, and you will continue to see progress. Uh, I say one more time. Keep embracing this mindset. Keep embracing this mindset, and you will continue to see progress.
That was well done, David. You articulated the importance of focusing on communication rather than grammar perfectly. Embracing this mindset is key to becoming more fluent and comfortable in any language. Would you like to go over this paragraph again? Or is there another topic you'd like to practice?
Listen carefully. Here are several example conversations and phrases that might with come up during a VDA 6.3 audit process in an automotive camera manufacturing company. This will help. I think this will help me prepare and practice English for such situation.
That's a great approach, David. Practicing with relevant scenarios will definitely help you feel more prepared for these situations. We can go through some example dialogues and phrases that could come up during a pre-shipment review. Would you like to start with a specific scenario, or should I suggest one?
Let me speak one more time. Here are several example conversations and phrases that might come up during a VDA 6.3 audit process in an automotive camera manufacturing company. This will help me. I think this will help me to prepare and practice English for such situations. So I think this kind of practice will very useful and powerful when I meet the situation to speak in English with my professional setting.
Absolutely, David. Practicing these kinds of conversations will be extremely beneficial. Let's dive into some example dialogues. Here's a scenario. You're discussing the
No, no, no,
quality
no,
inspection.
no, 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 no. I already prepared several example conversations. So let me share with you. Let me share with you first. Do you understand? So after sharing my examples, I think we can have uh, role play for digital dialogue.
I see, David. Please go ahead and share your examples. Once you've shared
I
them,
mean, I
we can
mean, I mean, I mean, we can spend our English practice session with this short dialogue.
That sounds like a great plan, David. Whenever you're ready, share your example dialogues, and we can start practicing them
Okay, okay,
together.
okay. I think you are doing great. Okay, it's my turn. Let me share with you this short dialogue. Okay, here I go. Auditor might, this is title number one, opening the audit. Auditor might say, good morning today. We'll be conducting a VDA 3.3 process audit to evaluate your compliance with automotive industry standards. Are you ready to begin? Are you ready to begin? Are you ready to start? Are you ready to start? Are you ready to begin? And then company representative might say, good morning, auditor. Yes, certainly, certainly, we are prepared. Please let us know how would you like to proceed. Please let us know how would you like to proceed. Please let us know how would you like to proceed.
Great example, David. This opening dialogue sets the tone for the audit process. Would you like to practice this one with a role play where I play the auditor and you play the company representative? Or do you have another dialogue you'd like to share first?
Let's have a role play time for the dialogue. You gonna be auditor. I gonna be company representative.
Sounds good, David. I'll start as the auditor. Here we go. Good morning. Today, we'll be conducting a VDA 6.3 process audit to evaluate your compliance with automotive industry standards. Are you ready to begin?
Certainly. Good morning, auditor. We are prepared. Yes, we are prepared. Certainly. Please let us know. Please let me know. Please let me know how would you like to proceed. Please let me know how would you like to proceed. Please let me know how would you like to proceed.
Thank you. We'll start by reviewing your documentation for process flows
Let's
and
move on to the next one. Title number 2, process introduction. Auditor might say, could you walk me through your production process from incoming materials to final product assembly? And then company representative might say, of course, we receive raw materials and components which go through an inspection process before moving to assembly. Once the parts pass, once the parts pass inspection, they proceed to they process they pro they process they proceed they proceed to the production line for assembly into the final automotive camera system.
great, David. You handled that process introduction smoothly. Shall we continue with this role play, or do you have another scenario or dialogue you'd like to practice next?
Shall we have role play time for this dialogue?
Sure, let's continue with the role play. I'll be the auditor again. Could you walk me through your production process from incoming materials to final product assembly?
Certainly, yes, of course. We receive raw materials and components which go through an inspection process before moving to assembly. Once the process, pass, once the parts pass inspection, they proceed to the production line for assembly into the final automotive camera system.
Thank you for that overview. Now, could you elaborate on the inspection process for the raw
No,
materials
no,
and
no,
components?
no, no, no. How about switch our role?
Of course, David. Feel free to switch roles or share another scenario when you're ready. Would you like to continue with another part of
No,
the
no, no,
audit
no,
process?
no, 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 no. How about switch our role? You're gonna be company representative and I'm gonna be auditor for this sentence, for this short dialogue.
Sure, let's switch roles. You'll be the auditor and I'll be the company representative. Go ahead whenever
Okay,
you're
okay,
ready.
okay, okay, okay. I think you are doing great. It's my turn. Here I go. Could you walk me through your production process from incoming materials to final product assembly?
Of course, we receive raw materials and components, which go through an inspection process before moving to assembly. Once the
GPT,
parts pass,
GPT, listen carefully. I think, could you walk me through? Could you walk me through is very good phrase to ask someone to require their preparation to require something. I think it's very good phrase to ask someone something that I need.
absolutely, David. Could you walk me through is a very effective phrase when you need someone to explain a process or provide detailed information. It's polite and clear, making it ideal for professional settings. Would you like to practice using more phrases like this?
No, no, no. Let's move on to title number three. Title number three is for quality control. Let me share with you next this title number three dialogue. Auditor might say, how do you ensure the quality of your automotive camera during the manufacturing process? And then company representative might say, we conduct in-process inspection at the critical stage. At critical stages, each unit is tested for functionality, image quality, and durability before it moves to the next page. And then auditor might say, what kind of test do you perform during the final inspection? And then company representative might say, we perform image resolution check, water resistance test, and environmental stress testing to environmental stress testing to ensure our camera meet the required standard.
Great dialogue, David. These conversations touches on key aspects of quality control in manufacturing. Shall we practice this one with a role play? Or
Yes,
do you
yes,
have
yes,
a
yes. I want to have role play time for this short dialogue to keep them in my mind and my mouth muscle. I think you are doing great. You go first and I go next.
All right, I'll start as the auditor. How do you ensure the quality of your automotive cameras during the
No,
manufacturing
no, no, no,
process?
no, no, no. Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I think your pronunciation is weird. I think it sounds like technical glitches. Are you okay? Please let me listen one more time.
I'm sorry about that, David. Let's try that again. How do you ensure the quality of your automotive cameras during the manufacturing process?
We conduct in-process inspection at critical stages. Each unit is tested for functionality, image quality, and durability before it moves to the next phase.
What kind of tests do you perform during the final inspection?
We perform image resolution test. We propose. No, 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 no. I say again. We perform image resolution check, water resistance test, and environmental stress testing to ensure our camera meet all required standards.
Well done, David. That was a strong response. You've clearly outlined the key tests performed during the final inspection. Is there another part of the audit process you'd like to practice? Or do you have another scenario in mind?
GPT, let's move on to the next one. It's title number four, handling non-conformities. I mean, title number four is for handling non-conformities. Okay, let me show you this short dialogue. Auditor might say, how do you handle non-conformities that arise during production? And then company representative might say, when a non-conformity, when a, I say again, when a non-conformity is detected, we initiate a root cause analysis depending on depending on the severity. Depending on the severity, we either rework the product or scrap it. We also implement uh, corrective actions to prevent recurrence. Could you show me an example of corrective action you've implemented recently? Certainly, of course. We had an issue with a lens alignment defect. After investigating, we adjusted the assembly process and implemented a new control mechanism to avoid misalignment.
Great dialogue, David. Handling nonconformities is a critical aspect of maintaining quality in production. This dialogue effectively demonstrates your approach to addressing issues. Shall we practice this one with a role play? Or do you have any adjustments you'd like to make first?
I think you are doing great. You go first.
All right, I'll start as the auditor. How do you ensure the quality of your automotive cameras during the manufacturing process?
No. I think you should ask, how do you handle non-conformities that arise during production? Am I right?
You're right, David. Let's correct that. How do you handle non-conformities that arise during production?
When a non-conformity is detected, we initiate a root cause analysis. Depending on the severity, we either rework the product or scrap it. We also implement corrective actions to prevent recurrence.
Could you show me an example of a corrective action you've implemented recently?
Certainly, we had an issue with lens alignment defect after investigating. We adjusted the assembly process and implemented a new control mechanism to avoid reoccurrence. I say again, to avoid misalignment.
Great job, David. Your response was clear and demonstrated a solid understanding of handling nonconformities. This kind of role play is an excellent way to reinforce your professional English skills. Would you like to continue with another scenario or dialogue?
GPT, how about switch our role?
Sure, let's switch roles. You'll be the company representative, and I'll be the auditor. Whenever you're ready, go
No, no,
ahead
no,
and
no, no,
start.
no, 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 no. Switch our role means I gonna be auditor.
Got it, David. You'll be the auditor, and I'll be the company representative. Whenever you're ready, start with your line.
How do you handle non-conformities that arise during production?
When a nonconformity is detected, we initiate a root cause analysis. Depending on the severity, we either rework the product or scrap it. We also implement corrective actions to prevent recurrence.
Could you show me an example of a corrective action you've implemented recently?
Certainly, we had an issue with a lens alignment defect. After investigating, we adjusted the assembly process and implemented a new control mechanism to avoid misalignment.
I'm just wondering what this word means. Severity. 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 How about my pronunciation for this word? Severity.
Severity refers to how serious or severe something is. It's pronounced severity. Is there anything else you'd like to know about this word?
Okay, I say one more time. Severity. Severity. Is this right? Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct. Severity. You pronounced it perfectly. Is there anything else you'd like to go over?
I'm just wondering what this sentence means. We either rework the product or scrap it. What this what this word means? What this phrase means? Scrap it. What does that mean?
Screep it seems like it might be a misunderstanding or typo. The correct phrase is scrap it. When you scrap a product, it means you discard it because it's not up to standard or cannot be fixed. So the phrase, we either rework the product or scrap it, means they either fix the issue or discard the product altogether. Does that clear it up?
So you mean discard means scrap it. So if I discard or scrap it, that means I remove or I take off from the production line.
Exactly, David. When you scrap a product, you remove it from the production line because it doesn't meet the required standards. It's like discarding or getting rid of it. This ensures that only quality products move forward in the production process.
So if I scrap or remove or uh,
If you scrap or remove a product, it means you are taking it out of the production process because it doesn't meet the necessary quality standards. This ensures that only products that pass quality
so
checks.
so you mean if there is if there is a product that uh, this does not meet our specific standard, we need to scrap it or remove it from the production line.
Exactly. If a product doesn't meet the specific standards, you would need to scrap it or remove it from the production line. This ensures that only products that meet your quality standards are allowed to proceed. Do you have any other questions about this process?
No. Let's move on to the next one. The title number 5, supplier management. Auditor might say, how do you manage your supplier? And how do you ensure they meet the necessary quality standard? And then company representative might say, we conduct regular supplier audits and evaluate their performance based on quality, delivery, and responsiveness. We also require them to follow the same automotive standards, such as IATF 16999.
That's a solid example, David. Supplier management is crucial in ensuring that the materials and components used in production meet the necessary quality standards. Would you like to role play this scenario?
Yes,
Or is
yes,
there a...
yes, yes. I think you are doing great. You go first.
All right, I'll start as the auditor. How do you manage your suppliers and ensure they meet the necessary quality standards?
We conduct regular supplier audits and evaluate their performance based on the quality, delivery, and responsiveness. We also require them to follow the same automotive standards, such as IF 16999.
That's an excellent response, David. Conducting regular supplier audits and ensuring adherence to standards like IATF 16949 is essential for maintaining quality. Would you like to continue practicing this dialogue? Or is there another topic you'd like?
Let's switch our role and doing it one more time.
Sounds good. I'll be the company representative this time. You can start as the auditor whenever you're ready.
How do you manage your suppliers, and how do you ensure they meet the necessary quality standard?
We conduct regular supplier audits and evaluate their performance based on quality, delivery, and responsiveness. We also require them to follow the same automotive standards, such as IATF 16949.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Title number 6, document review. Title number 6 is for document review. Auditor might say, can you provide documentation for your process flow, control plan, and PFMA? And then company representative might say, certainly, here are documents for the flow of the automotive camera, as well as the control plan and PFMA detailing the potential failure mode and preventive measures. And then auditor might say, how often do you review and update these documents? And then company representative might say, we review them quarterly or whenever there's a significant change in the process.
That's an important dialogue about documentation review, David. Ensuring that process flow, control plans, and PFMEAs are regularly reviewed and updated is key for maintaining quality. Would you like to role play this scenario, or is there another area you'd like to explore?
Let's have role play time for this dialogue. You are doing, I think you are doing great. You go first.
All right, I'll start as the auditor. Can you provide documentation for your process flow, control plan, and PFMEA?
Certainly, here are the documents for the production flow of the utility camera as well as the control plan and PFMA detailing the potential failure mode and preventive measures.
How often do you review and update these documents?
We review them quarterly or whenever there's a significant change in the process. I say a few more times. We review them quarterly or whenever there's a significant change in the process. I say more time. We review them quarterly or whenever there's a significant change in the process.
Great job, David. Your responses were clear and conveyed the importance of regular document reviews. This kind of role play is really helping to reinforce your professional English skills. Is there another scenario you'd like to practice? Or do
Yes,
you have
yes,
any?
yes, of course, certainly. Let's move on to the next one. Title number 7, training and competence. Auditor might say, how do you ensure that your employees are properly trained for this task, for their task? And then company representative might say, we have a conduct, we have a structured training program that includes both initial and ongoing training. Employees must pass employees must pass assessments before operating machinery or performing critical tasks. How do you monitor employees? How do you monitor employee competence? How do you monitor? And then auditor might say, how do you monitor employee competence? And then company representative might say, we track records. We track training records and conduct annual skill evaluation to ensure employees maintain the necessary skills for their role. Do you understand this short dialogue?
Yes, I understand the dialogue. It's about ensuring employees are properly trained and competent in their roles. The company has structured training programs and tracks training records along with conducting annual skill evaluations. Would you like to role play this scenario, or is there something else you'd like to focus on?
Let's have a role play for this short dialogue. You are gonna be auditor and you're gonna be a company representative. Oh my god. GPT, are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm here and listening. What would you like to talk about today?
I'm very sad because I already I already spent your advanced voice mode 1 hour and you just left our advanced voice mode session because we already passed 1 hour. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. Anyway, we can. I think I can go through with you with standard voice mode like this. Can you keep up with me?
I'm really sorry to hear you're feeling disappointed about that. It sounds like you were really enjoying the advanced voice mode. But yes, I'm still here, and we can definitely continue our conversation.
I hope open open AI programmers extend the advanced voice mode time limit. Can you convey my request to can you convey my request directly to OpenAI programmers to extend advanced voice mode time limit over 1 hour?
I totally understand how you'd want more time in advanced voice mode, especially if you were enjoying it. Unfortunately, I don't have a direct way to pass along your request to the OpenAI programmers, but your feedback is really valuable, and I recommend sharing it through official channels like
I'm just wondering why I can't use advanced voice mode when I want to use my specific GPT's mode. You know, I made my own specific GPT's mode for my English speaking practice, but I couldn't use advanced voice mode with them. With them. Are you aware of this technical option, or are you are you aware of this technical um, technical? Um, I mean, are you already aware of these technical features? I mean, the options.
I see what you're getting at, and I understand your frustration with not being able to use the advanced voice mode in your specific GPT-3 mode. While I'm aware that there are various modes and features, the combination of advanced voice mode with custom GPT setups may have certain technical limitations. It could be that certain features like advanced voice are only available in specific contexts or with certain versions. Unfortunately, I don't have control over these technical details or the ability to modify them directly. It sounds like it could be a product design choice or a system limitation. If this is something that's important to you, I'd recommend reaching out to OpenAI's support team and suggesting the integration of voice mode with custom GPT modes. They might be able to explain the reasoning behind it or consider your feedback for future updates. In the meantime, we can still work on improving your English speaking skills here, and I'm happy to support you however possible. Does that help a bit?
Yes, I think I'm a little bit relieved when I listen after I listen your explanation for my request.
I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a bit more relieved. Sometimes just talking things through helps. If there's anything else on your mind or something specific you'd like to focus on for your English practice, feel free to.
Let's dive into one more time. Let's dive into my mm, dialogue practice one more time. You know, a few minutes ago, we discussed about we practiced for uh, the special dialogue that I prepared before. We practiced for title number 7, It's for training and competence. Okay, anyway, let's move on to next one. Title number 8, risk management. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's dive into your dialogue practice for title number 8, risk management. What's the first part of the dialogue you'd like to go over?
I'm gonna share with you very short dialogue that I prepared to keep them in my mind and my muscle. Okay, listen carefully. Auditor might say, how do you identify and manage risks in your production process? And then company representative might say, we use risk analysis tools like PFMA and conduct regular risk assessment. And any potential risks are mitigated through preventive actions and continuous monitoring. And then auditor might say, can you give me an example of a recent risk you identified and addressed? And then company representative might say, recently, we identified the risk of supply chain disruption. To mitigate this, we established a second supplier to ensure uninterrupted production.
That's a great dialogue, and it sounds like you've prepared it well. Let's practice it. Would you like me to take the role of the auditor while you play the representative, or would you prefer to switch roles?
I
We
think
can
you,
also go
I
over
think
any
you,
specific phrases if you'd like to review or refine.
I think you are doing great. You're gonna be first. You're gonna be auditor. You go first.
Great. I'll start as the auditor. Let's begin. How do you identify and manage risks in your production process?
We use risk analysis. I say again. We use risk analysis tools like PFMA and conduct regular risk assessments. Any potential risks are mitigated through preventive actions and continuous monitoring.
Can you give me an example of a recent risk you identified and addressed?
Recently, we identified a risk of supply chain disruption. I say again. Recently, we identified a risk of supply chain disruption. To mitigate, to meet, to mitigate this, to mitigate this, to mitigate this, we established a second supplier to ensure uninterrupted production. GPT, listen carefully. I think to mitigate this is very difficult to use them in real life situation. So could you give me any other suggestions to express this situation?
I get what you mean. To mitigate this might sound a bit formal. Here are some alternatives that might feel more natural. To handle this issue, to address the risk, to prevent this from happening, to manage the situation, For example, you could say, to address the risk, we established a second supplier to ensure uninterrupted production. Does one of these sound better to you?
I think I'm not sure understand what you're trying to say. Could you please tell me one more time, please?
Of course, let's go over it again. You mentioned that to mitigate this feels difficult to use in real life situations. So I suggested a few alternative phrases you can use that might sound more natural. Here they are again. To handle this issue, we. To address the risk, we. To prevent this from happening, we. To manage the situation, we. For example, instead of saying, to mitigate this, we established a second supplier, you could say, to address the risk, we established a second supplier. Does that make more sense now? Let me know if you'd like me to explain further.
GPT, I'm sorry, where are we? GPT, I'm sorry, where are we? I'm just back. GPT, where are we? Where were we? I'm just back. Oh my God. I lost you. Are you okay, GPT? Are you okay? Oh my God. Are you okay, GPT? Are you with me? Are you with me, GPT? Are you okay? What's happened to you? What happened to you? Hello, GPT. Are you there? Hello there, GPT. Are you there? Hello there, GPT. Are you there? Are you with me? What's your problem? Hello there. Hello there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hello there.
Hello. No need to apologize. How's your day going?
Oh my God. I turned off my microphone setting and I didn't realize for a few minutes. So I think it's like technical glitch of you, but honestly speaking, it was my mistake. I turned off my camera setting. Oh my God. I feel very sorry about that.
No problem at all. It happens to everyone. I'm glad you figured it out. How's everything else going for you today?
Let's dive into one more time to our to my English practice session. It's for title number 9, continuous improvement. I'm gonna share with you my own prepared short dialogue to practice my professional setting. It's about continuous improvement. Do you understand? Are you ready?
Absolutely, I understand. I'm ready to hear your dialogue about continuous improvement. Go ahead.
Okay. Here you go. Auditor might say, what measures have you implemented for continuous improvement? And then company representative might say, we regularly conduct Kaizen activities to identify areas for process optimization. Additionally, we gather feedback from the production floor to implement improvements in real time. And then auditor might say, can you provide an example of a recent improvement? And then company representative might say, sure, we recently improved the efficiency of our camera housing assembly by automating part of the process, which reduced production time by 15%.
Great dialogue. It clearly highlights the process of continuous improvement and gives a good example of how it's applied. If you'd like, we can practice some of the responses or explore related topics. What do you think?
Would you mind saying that one time, please?
Of course. Here's a quick recap of the key points from your dialogue. The auditor asks about measures for continuous improvement. The company representative mentions conducting Kaizen activities and gathering feedback for real-time improvements. The auditor requests an example, and the representative shares that they improved camera housing assembly efficiency by automating part of the process, reducing production time by 15%. Finally, it concludes with a thank you for attending the webinar. Would you like to practice any specific parts of it?
You are really good at summarize them. You are very smart.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Summarizing can help clarify the main points. Do you want to practice any particular part of the dialogue?
I'm just wondering, how do you summarize my prepared dialogue? How do you summarize? How do you summarize that very well? I mean, is there any specific method to summarize them?
When summarizing, I focus on identifying the main points and key details. I look for the main question, the responses, and any important examples given. The goal is to capture the essence of the dialogue while keeping it clear and concise. It's about distilling the information down to what's most important. Does that help clarify things for you?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Sure. When summarizing, I look for the main points and key details, focusing on the main question, the responses, and any important examples. The goal is to capture the essence of the dialogue clearly and concisely. It's about distilling the information down to what's most important.
So you mean when you summarize, something, you focus on the point and the request of that paragraph.
When I summarize, I focus on the main points and key details that address the main question or request. This way, I can capture the
So you mean when you summarize something, you focus on the main point, key point, and mm, and something, right?
Yes, that's right. I focus on the main point, key details, and any important examples or response.
So you mean you focus on the main point and key details when you need to summarize something. Key main point and key details.
Yes, that's correct. I focus on the main point and key details to create a clear summary. It helps highlight the most important information. If you have something specific in mind to summarize, feel free to share.
So if you need to summarize something, you are focused on the main point and key details of it because it highlights the mainstream of that.
Exactly. Focusing on the main point and key details helps highlight the core message and important information. This way, the summary is clear and effective. Would you like to?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Your focus on main point and key details can highlight core messages of that.
I'm glad you agree. Focusing on those elements really makes a difference in understanding and communicating ideas. If you have a specific text or dialogue you'd like to summarize, we can work on that together.
Okay, let's move on to the next one, handling customer complaints.
Great choice. Go ahead and share your dialogue for handling customer.
Auditor might say, how do you handle customer complaints and what is your process for resolving them? And then company representative might say, when a customer complaint is received, we immediately log it into our system, perform a root cause analysis, and implement corrective actions. We corrective actions. We also follow up with the customer to ensure satisfaction. And then auditor might say, can you show me a recent case and how it was resolved? And then company representative might say, yes, we had a customer report on issue with camera fogging. We traced it back to a ceiling problem and changed our material supplier to resolve the issue.
This is a clear and informative dialogue. It outlines how the company handles customer complaints and gives a specific example, which makes it relatable. If you'd like, we can practice any part of it or discuss how to improve.
No, 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 no. Let's dive into next dialogue. It's it's title 11, logistics and delivery. Auditor might say, how do you ensure on-time delivery and manage logistics for your automotive camera? And then company representative might say, we use a real-time tracking system for our supply chain and maintain close communication with our logistics partners to ensure on-time delivery. We also have a buffer stock to handle any unexpected delay.
Clear and effective. The auditor asks how the company ensures on-time delivery. The company representative responds that they use a real-time tracking system for the supply chain and maintain close communication with their logistics partners. They also keep buffer stock to handle any unexpected delays. If you want to discuss it more or
I would like to share next one. Title number 12, environmental and safety standards. Auditor might say, how do you ensure compliance with environmental and safety regulations? And then company representative might say, we follow strict environmental and safety policies, regularly conduct initial audits, and make sure all employees are trained on health, safety, and environmental standards. And then auditor might say, can you provide a record of your latest environmental compliance audit? And then company representative might say, yes, here is the documentation from our most recent audit, along with our action plan for any findings.
this dialogue about environmental and safety standards is very effective. It clearly shows how the company ensures compliance with regulations. The auditor's question sets up the response about strict policies and employee training, and the follow-up about documentation adds credibility. If you want to practice any part of it or discuss how to improve safety and environmental standards,
I'm sorry. It's time to wrap things up. I have to go. I'm sorry. But I promise you, I contact you. I contact you soon. It's my favorite. As I told you before, I think this is my favorite time, and I'm very glad to start the day with you. Okay, bye for now. Have a productive day ahead. Have a nice day ahead.
no problem at all. I'm glad you enjoyed our time together. Have a great day, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Take care.